Hello, welcome to the Honest Wargamer. I'm your host, Rob. I don't know why I started that so sultry today. Hello, thanks for watching my videos. Do like, comment, subscribe, and all that other jazz. And thanks to everyone on the Honest Wargamer Patreon, because without you, I couldn't do what I do. So today, we are going to be looking at the lists for an upcoming event. I don't really do this. I used to do this loads back in the day. Shout out to, at one point I reviewed 200 lists from a CanCon event that was coming up, which was easily one of the worst experiences of my life. But thankfully, my event this weekend isn't actually as big. It's only 16 players, which is good. We can have 24 players playing at the tSN Arena, which is based here in Nottingham. So I have a venue. Many of you might not know, but I have a venue here in Nottingham where we run events. I think that they're actually pretty good. In fact, actually, I should take a moment to just shout them out. I never actually do that. But if you ever want to come to Nottingham, we have a website, tsnarena.com. I'll leave them down. I'll leave a link in the comments below. But you can come and check out all the events here. They're super fun. And one of the things that I think I'm really proud of is we have really nice terrain. We have big, comfy gaming chairs as well. And like, it's free drinks, and generally it's pretty nice. We have like a Saturday social and stuff. So if you ever want to come to one, you should. Especially the Age of Sigmar stuff as well. Obviously, it feels like... it kind of feels like a home for Age of Sigmar. It definitely feels like home for Old World and other stuff as well. But anyway, if you want to come. But this weekend I have an Age of Sigmar event. I got another Age of Sigmar event. I've got a ton of Age of Sigmar events over Christmas as well. So do come and hang out with us. But anyway, this weekend we've got 16 out of a possible 24 players. 16 out of 24 players battling it out to become the champion of the Halloween Hammerdown. Now, I'm one of those people who actually thinks running regular events is super important. So we've got a spooky theme for this week, which is super cool. And I've got a really good roster of players. The Age of Sigmar events at the tSN Arena tend to verge between just new people just trying to have a fun time and international level players kicking the fuck out of each other. It's a pretty aggressive, it can be an aggressive difference between the two. But generally what I think is really sweet is especially the new players, when they do meet some of the world's players, then they say, oh, it's so nice to get to hang out and play games with you, which is fun. So shout out to Andy Bunning, who's the first person in our list. So Andy's great, always travels with his son. Andy's much taller than Josh as well. And Andy's been using Malarkey before, but he's running KO, which is cool. Now his KO army, I've seen his KO army before. It's actually really beautiful. He uses this really interesting kind of like... brushed like chrome color, which is really nice. Anyway, he's running a lot of Thunderers. So he's got an Archanaut Admiral in the Aether Runners Battle Reg. He has got an Archanaut Ironclad, and then he's got 10 Thunderers, 10 Thunderers, and 10 more Thunderers for 30 Thunderers. And then he's got an Archanaut Company, an Endrin Master, and then he's got 2 lots of Endrin Riggers. And that is wild. 30 Thunderers is absolutely bananas money, which is going to be very fun. I love Andy to pieces, and I think he's going to have a great time with that. Josh. So shout out to Josh. I want to do a special shout out to Josh because obviously as a tournament organizer, with these monthly updates that Games Workshop are doing now, in this kind of tough situation where I had to contact people who were affected. Josh was affected because he runs Lumineth Realm Lords. And I said, hey, Josh, do you mind using the new rules? And he was like, it kind of throws me for a loop. And then he like swapped between a couple of armies. And then he messaged me. He's like, do you know what, Rob? I'm just going to run the list I was going to run, and I'm going to run it with the new rules and give them a try. Because there's no better time to adapt to the new meta than straight away. And I really think it says something about Josh's personality that Josh is like, yeah, I don't want to use an army that's perceived to be overpowered. That's why it's been FAQ'd and updated. And instead, I'm going to run with the new rules. 11 out of 10 human being. So Josh is running LRL, obviously, and you will recognize this list. He's running Hurricane Temple, and then he's running a 3-drop with Morbid Conjuration. He's got Severith, a Wind Spirit, a unit of Wind Chargers, Eleanor and Elathor, a unit of Sentinels, a reinforced unit of Sentinels, right? A Caligrave, and then 2 units of 10 Wardens. So maybe we've seen like a Wind Spirit dropped out of this list. Maybe no Wind Spirit was dropped at all. The big change that happened, if you didn't pay attention to the FAQ video, the big change that happened was that the Hurricane Temple used to make it so that 3 units in the shooting phase could make an additional move, but now they can only move 2d6. So I think that's obviously going to impact them, but I think it'll be really interesting to chart Josh's journey. And Josh is also an excellent player. So I think it's going to be really interesting to track his journey over the weekend and get his feedback on what he thinks of this. A lot of respect to pushing a really, obviously a rubbish list uphill now. Dominic, loads of love to Dominic. He's running Sunclaw Star Host Seraphon, so that'll be great to have at the venue. We'll love Seraphon. He's running a Slant Star Master, a reinforced unit of Agrodons and Warp Spawned, Raptidon Chargers, Saurus Guard. He's been running he's got a Skink Starcy and 2 Hunters of Haunchy with Dart Pipes, which is stressing me out. I don't understand why it's not bowlers. Bowlers make it so your opponent can only charge on 1d6, which is wild to not see 2 units of those in, but still have 2 units of Dart Pipes. I feel like I'm losing my mind. And a unit of Raptidon Chargers. It's a great army. I think Seraphon, I'm going to come and hang out with him a little bit over the weekend because I'd love to see how Seraphon play a little bit more. Nathan Watson is a great human being as well. He's in Team SPF 50, and he was running a Squigalanch Gloomspite Gits list, and he did speak to me about it the other day, and this is kind of the perfect list. This is the teleporting Kragnos list, which I love. So he's got a Gloomspite Gits list running Squigalanch, he's got the Dank Manifestations, and he's got Scragrot, Boingrot Bounders, the Rabble Rouser, the Clammy, 2 units of Squig Herd, then Kragnos, 2 units of Boingrot Bounders and the Gobbapalooza. Now, don't forget, Kragnos is going to get the Gits keyword, so he's going to be able to move Craggy forward, 3d6 charge. He's going to get run and charge because the Rabble Rouser does a deep strike. I've talked about this in a video before, but he's going to be able to basically go run and charge, 3d6 charge as long as he gets closer to the Rabble Rouser, gets to the Rabble Rouser, and then he's going to be able to, in the opponent's turn, teleport Craggy away and then just recycle the process like a lunatic. And now, I guess it's not quite as good now because Kragnos doesn't have 3d6 charging opponent's turn, but that is an insufferably mental list. Like that is it's like a hands-off list. It's uncomfortable. So I think that'll be really fun to see play. You got Mark George. Mark's such a nice guy, running Seraphon. Just a real nice dude. So he's running Sunclaw Star Host. He's running Morbid Conjuration. He's running a Slan, Agrodon Lancers, Croxagor, Saurus Guard, Skink Starseer, but still on with Arcasotek and the Bowlers. And I think this has become more popular. I think a lot of people are really enjoying the Arcasotek unit in with the Seraphon because they're Rampage doesn't need to be done in combat, which is actually pretty spicy. Apart from that, I feel like Seraphon is pretty cookie cutter in a lot of ways. I think Slan, you have to take 3 casts that brings models back from the dead. The Bowlers are in there though, so I'd love to see how those Bowlers perform. But yeah, Mark is just an absolutely great dude, so it would just be nice to have him here at the weekend. So Orpheus is, I'm gonna say 11. I do forget. Which I think is a big green flag. I have no idea. I think he's 11, maybe 12. But Orpheus and his dad, Thomas, Orpheus recently went 4-1 at like an 80-person event. Orpheus is a killer. Like he's an absolute solid Warhammer player. And because we do kids at the tSN Arena, we do kids play for free. So at my events, as long as you can actually play on the tabletop, your dad or your mum or whoever doesn't need to babysit you. As long as you can play the game comfortably against your opponent, kids play for free. And obviously if you're supervised. And so Orpheus and then Natty who's in the national Welsh team now, and then Orpheus who is doing really well at events and probably a shoe-in for some national team in the future. Is just a really nice, it's really good. Anyway, so Orpheus, look at that. 100% win rate on this. So he's running the Godswrath Warband. He's got the General's Regiment, which is Be'lakor, a reinforced unit of Chaos Chosen, a unit of Chaos Furies, a unit of Dark Oath Fell Riders, and a reinforced unit of Varangard. Then his last regiment is a Chaos Sorcerer Lord with a Mark of Tzeentch in his list as well. So this is going to be like a slightly updated Slaves to Darkness list. Yes, Bellacor's in there. Yes, Varangard. But I don't think now with the points you can fit in like that other unit of Varangard, right? Anyway, it's a cool ability. We do under 16s play for free. 16 and under play for free is what we do basically. That's cool. The Dark Oath Fell Riders is an interesting pick in there. But yeah, it's Varangard. Yeah, it's Chosen. And there's nothing funnier than watching these adult people get drawn against the kid and get hammered. It's very funny, like, and it's always funny. And I think also it brings a really nice like family energy to the room. Like we do like free beer and like at the event because I just it's too much faff to work out selling stuff to people. But yeah. I think that's. I think it just brings a family energy to the room. So yeah, people are getting drunk. Yeah, people are having a good time. But I still think it's fun. Talking about getting drunk, Ed Evans, superstar TO from Lincoln, is playing, and he is running his Slaves to Darkness Godwrath warband. His manifestation is a Twilight Sorceries. His general regiment is a Gaunt Summoner, a reinforced unit Chaos Chosen, a unit Chaos Furies, a unit Chaos Knights, and a unit of Varangard. And then he's brought the Coven of Thrix. This is cool. All right, I'm really excited to see the Coven of Thrix be brought. The Burning Sigil of Tzeentch is pretty good because it's got the friendly keyword, not Tzeentch keyword, I think. I can't remember, actually. Maybe that's not true. But Coven of Thrix being played in Slaves to Darkness is going to be really fun, and I can't wait to see how that performs at the weekend. I will be making a video on Sunday night with my thoughts and feelings from the games over the weekend. I'll be interviewing a few people. You've seen me put videos like those up previously, so we'll be doing that as well. Rebecca Robson, my fucking great friend. Love her to pieces. She's running Sylvaneth. Rebecca often TOs for me so I can play. This weekend we're swapping around, so I'm TOing so she can play. And she's running my list I ran it the other week, which is cool. The Neven Leave, all right, which is just perfect list. I hit the 4-1 bracket. I only lost to international superstar, world-renowned player Hazel Moon, who also was running 18 Rock Guts. So I feel like my one loss was just pretty much pre-decided. But yeah, anyway, I was able to bang a 4-1 with this, which is cool. Didn't get the moral victory. I tried to kill her Trug. Impossible. Anyway, she's running the Neven Leave, which is a Sylvaneth list, running the Morbid Conjuration, and then as Alariel, a unit of Kurnoth Hunters with Kurnoth Greatbows. And to be honest, the list is a little bit worse than it was previously because obviously it was able to utilize that Honor Guard ability for +1 to hit and +1 to wound previously a little bit better than it will do now. Spirit of Durthu, 2 units of Gossamer Archers, and then the Black Talons. So that's the Neven Leave part of it. Neve is super fun in this game so far, and she's just really fun. Like I would actually argue that if you are playing Age of Sigmar right now and you have any Order armies, I would pick up the Black Talons. It's probably the most fun war scroll in the game at the moment. I'm gonna argue. So yeah, that would be my top pick. And Rebecca's a great player as well. Then we've got Nicholas Parkhill running his OCR Bone Reapers. He is running Mortars and Council. And then he's got Arcan the Black, 10 Death Riders, 5 Death Riders, a Leech Cavalos. And then he's got Mortars and Soul Mason, and then 8, the Tetratic Court, and then 4 Morghast Archai in his list as well. And he is taking the Horrors of the Necropolis. Very cool. That is very cool. So not a Nagash, which is fun. Arcan in the list is cool. But then that big unit of Archai is very cool. That's a really cool list. I love that. And then David Rain will be able to use the new Hedonites of Sinesh rules, so he'll be pretty excited about that. And the new Hedonites, I think Hedonites are getting better and better, personally. And then he's running the generals. So he's running Seeker Cavalcade. I love that he's writing on the list what his units, what their units do. I saw some of the other players do that as well. That's great. Got the Kronspine Incarnate as the manifestation law, because it's nice looking at someone else's list and seeing, what it says. And the General's Regiment has got Glutos or Scullion, a unit of Slipblade Seekers, a unit of Simbramesh Twin Souls. Both of those have been reinforced. That's great. Then a Keeper of Secrets, Blissbarb Archers, and then the Seekers as well. I think that's probably up to about the better list that you can build. I think I've been writing a lot of Slaanesh lists recently, and I think this is pretty much up there as around the best list that you can build. Glutos is really great. Twin Souls are super good. Slickblades have got really nice fast utility. Keeper of Secrets is incredible in combat. Blissbarb is solid. Seekers are good. Right, I think this is really solid. I don't think the army book, the Hedonite Sinesh, has a lot of pivot. I think Glutos is the one. Glutos is absolutely the one in my opinion, and so I'm really happy to see Glutos being played this weekend. I'm going to be on David's table like a rash. which I'm sure Glutos is used to. James Evans is running Soulblight Gravelords, Death March. He's running Morbid Conjuration, and then he's got Manfred, Death Rattle Skeletons, 2 lots of Fellbats, love that. Graveguard, fantastic. Necromancer, Black Knights, Death Rattle Skeletons, and then double Graveguard. So he's gone for the triple threat. Yeah, the Pyramid of Destruction, the double Graveguard, and the Manfred. And then Fellbats are so much. So they're so annoying because you're like, okay, don't get charged by the Graveguard. Okay, Manfred's teleporting. Fuck. Okay, don't get hit by Manfred. Okay, try and grab an objective. Shit, the Fellbats grabbed the objective off me. Okay, chase them. Oh my God, I've killed them. Oh, 2 more have come back. Nightmare fuel. Like, they're a nightmare fuel. Like, if you're then a little bit worse in the shooting meta that we're in Age of Sigmar. Although, actually, shooting's pretty minimal in the list so far. Like, you know, as a game, we've obviously got Josh with the Lumineth and Andy with the KO. But, like, at this particular event, there's not tons of shooting. There's enough. Greg, my man Greg. Let me tell you that Greg is the people's champion. I'll say it before and I'll say it again, right? Greg's perfect. And Greg might be the perfect Warhammer player, or at least he's the perfect Warhammer player to some people out there in the world. Greg turns up on a Saturday morning. I haven't even looked at the list. I'm assuming it's the Bloodthirsters. It is. Turns up, smashes some beers through the day, has dinner, goes home, wakes up Sunday, smashes some more beers, goes home. The entire time he's just pushing Bloodthirsters around, screaming blood for the Blood God, and chuckling to himself. The energy is absolute. It's just a pure vibe, right? It's just a pure vibe. And he's running Blades of Corn, the Murder Host, and he has got a Slaughter Priest, and then he's got a Bloodthirster and Sense of Rage, a Bloodthirster and Sense of Unfed Fury times 2, and then he's got a Wrath of Corn Bloodthirster. He's going to turn up, 1930 points. He's going to turn up. He's going to move a Bloodthirster in the middle of the board. He's going to 3d6 charge it into your face, and then he's going to just fight you forever. It's a devastating. So shout out to Greg. I think honestly, I rate the Bloodthirster list. This is the thing as well. I've personally run the Bloodthirster list at an event, and I've seen Greg play the Bloodthirster list. I think the Bloodthirster list is a viable list. I'll say it with my whole chest, 10 toes down. I will say it so many times. Like, it's so good. It's perfect. I'm going to pair Ed and Greg into each other round 1 on purpose. So I'm going to do, like, it's a list. I'm not saying you're going to go 5-0 at every event, but I'm saying that if you want to go to an event and have the best time, go and do it. I'm not going to say you might go 3-2, you might go 2-3, but there's nothing more stressful than a Bloodthirster that can move 12 inches and 3d6 charge on the first turn. It's very stressful. Okay. So then we've got Ed Hammer running Slaves to Darkness. A lot of Slaves to Darkness this weekend. I think this makes our 3rd Slaves to Darkness list. You will love it. Sharp as Bean. Love Sharp as Bean. So we have got a God's Wrath Warband and got Be'lakor, a unit of Chaos Chosen, Dark Oath Fell Riders. What the hell is this? More Dark Oath Fell Riders, Dark Oath Marauders, a Chaos Sorcerer Lord, Chaos Knights, and Chaos Knights. Whoa, this is very different. That's nice and fun. Double Chaos Knights, double Dark Oath Fell Riders. To be fair, the Dark Oath Fell Riders are so good for doing battle tactics, which I think is kind of the point. Ed Hammer, let's go. Harry Sharp running Soulblight Gravelords. So we have a lot of combat in here. And he is running a Bacchanal of Blood. He's got Luke, oh my God, Vordry and 5 Blood Knights, Lucavi, Fellbats, Terrorgeist, Vamplord, Skeletons. What an amazing list. This is so fun. I absolutely adore this. Vordry absolutely slaps. Lucavi's cool. That's great. Ollie Burns, he's running OCR Bone Reapers. Ollie, based on his general win rate, on Malarkey, having a tougher time with OCR Bone Reapers. So that's rough. Why does Malarkey do you like that? It should just like stop at below 50%. It should be like a sub 50% win rate. Like it should just stop at 50. It should be like below 50. You'd be like, what number below 50? Be like, I'm not saying. Right? I'm not saying. Anyway, he's running OCR Bone Reapers with the Cavalos Ants. He's got Nagash, 10 Death Riders, 10 Death Riders, 5 Death Riders, and a Liege Cavalos in a 1 drop. All right, okay. So he's got all of the tools, okay? To be clear, I am that Harry Sharp. Yo, Harry, loads of love. This should be really funny, right? This is really fun. There's loads of good armor saves. He's going to be able to bring a whole unit of Death Riders back from the dead. He's going to be able to punch people in the gash, right? You're going to have a great time. And then Thomas Koros, so this is Orpheus' dad, running Nighthaunt. So he has got a Krunspine Incarnate in Nighthaunt army with Deathstalkers, Reichner, a reinforced unit of Blade Guys, a reinforced unit of Blade Guys, a reinforced unit of Grimghast, Lord Executioner, Alrak, 3 Hex Wraiths, 3 Hex Wraiths, 3 Hex Wraiths. Whoa, my God. Okay. Oh my God, that is going to be fantastic. And then also Thomas is a great player as well. So we do have some like pretty meta solid lists. Obviously, Josh's LRL, the Nighthaunt. We got like some good armor save armies with the Slaves of Darkness. I got some outside picks with Hedonites. I got some Seraphon in there as well. It's going to be a fun weekend. I'll put a link to the Malarkey page. So that's the website we were just looking at down below. And what I'm going to do is, what you can do if you're looking at home is you can follow along with the games at home, because as the scores are updated in Malarkey, so the players will update their scores using Malarkey, you can actually just track what battle tactics they choose, what things they do, and you can actually just like follow along at home if you're a fan of any of these players, which is really fun to do. And also make a little follow-up video on Sunday, kind of recapping what happened at the event. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like to see as a recap. I'd normally interview the players a little bit and we have a chat, and then I normally interview the players and like have a little chat with everybody, and then I get some footage from the event. So if you've got any thoughts or feelings of what you want me to talk about, then let me know in the comments below. Loads of love, and and I have loads of events. If you want to come to some, you should. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.